Hi, Lee Phillips here. Over the last 40 years, I've dealt a lot with living revocable trusts. That's the trust that you're going to have for your estate planning. It's a probate avoidance tool is what it is. Not a tax tool, not an asset protection tool, a probate avoidance tool. And the question always comes up, well, do I have to record my trust? Do I record it down at the county like I do the deed to my property? Where do I record my trust? And the answer is a trust is private. That's one of the big advantages of a living revocable trust. And you don't record it anywhere. It's not recorded in the courthouse. You don't record it when you even have to probate it. Well, you don't probate a trust. The trust is a probate avoidance tool. So the nice thing about the trust is it's not recorded anywhere. You don't record it while you're alive. It's basically not recorded after you die either. There might be some circumstances where there's a lawsuit or something and part of the trust is made public or recorded in the courts, but you don't have to go down and record your trust with a county recorder or anything else. If there's a will, the will is going to have to be submitted to probate if it has to probate something. The object of the trust is to make it so you don't probate anything. Therefore, the will that comes with your trust is never going to be probated. And even if the will is probated, subjected to probate, which means the will is submitted to the court, it becomes public. Even if the will becomes public for some reason, the trust isn't going to be made public. So no recording on the trust. You just put it in your file cabinet. I would keep a copy in my file cabinet because you need to use it as you go along. You need to fund the trust. You need to have the trust own things. You need to be familiar with the trust and how it owns things because you're now operating not as you, not as joint tenants, husband and wife. You're operating as a trust. So you need a copy of the trust. Have the trust in the file cabinet. Put another copy someplace else so that if your house burns down, I still have a copy. And actually, I'm not going to say a copy. I'm going to say an originally signed copy, okay? When you make out your trust, sign a couple of them, maybe two, and keep one someplace different than the other one so that if one is destroyed for some reason, we still have the second one. Because if you lose the trust, it's a big problem. You got to have a copy of the trust because that's what's governing your assets. The trust isn't recorded. We may record a piece of the trust when you sell a property that's in the trust because we need to know that the guy signing that deed has the authority and that comes from the trust document. So sometimes they'll take a piece of the trust and copy it to show the chain of title when the trust actually sells a piece of property. But generally, no, we don't record the trust. That's the advantage of the trust. Don't forget to subscribe. And by the way, I have a cool ebook on using living revocable trusts. Simply click and we'll get you a copy of the ebook on using a living revocable trust. Subscribe, ding the bells, whatever you do. This is Lee Phillips talking about, do you record a living revocable trust?